Hello students, welcome to my channel Science No Problem. My name is Tish Kumar Sharma and I'm teaching you science. So my dear students, like our previous videos, this video is also going to be very important and very useful and very informative for you. So please watch the video till end. And my dear students, as usual, the only request to you all is to like, share, and subscribe our channel to support and motivate me so that I bring you much more useful and much more important videos in future also. So without wasting any time, let's start our video. So my dear students, actually what we were studying in last class, so I had given you certain questions to solve, and I was also telling you the importance of actually solving questions. My dear students, let me tell you that question solving is very important, because you know, after all, it is the questions which are asked in paper, in your exams also, or in any kind of interview also. So actually there are many advantages of solving questions. For example, questions actually create a curiosity to learn, to know more in us, and it has also advantage that question also create interest in us. And questions when for example we actually study a topic, so when we solve question related to that topic, so they help us to reinforce our understanding of the topic. And questions also help us, for example, that we actually study a topic, then what type of questions can be asked from that topic, so that information we get also from solving questions. And finally, I should say that questions also actually evaluate our understanding of the topic, that how much we understood from of that topic. So these are the some of advantages of solving questions. So my dear students, you must inculcate this habit of actually solving many and many questions. You should also purchase some sample paper and solve questions coming in that sample paper. So my advice to you is this. So my dear students, this actually I had also suggested in our previous video. So now our today's topic is actually balancing chemical equations. Balancing chemical equations. Now, before we come at this topic, there are some few topics which are very important to be understood. For example, what is a chemical equation? What is a chemical equation? Now, my dear students, chemical equation is actually a short form of representing a chemical reaction in terms of formulas and symbols involved in that reaction. So let me write this definition on whiteboard. So what is a chemical equation? Chemical equation is a short form of chemical equation is a short form representing a chemical reaction in terms of symbols and formulas involved in that reaction. In it. So this is the definition of a chemical equation. Chemical equation is a short form of representing a chemical reaction in terms of symbols and formulas involved in it. So my dear students, this is the definition of a chemical equation. You must learn this. Now, for example, we have a reaction. We have a reaction between zinc and sulfuric acid, dilute sulfuric acid. So, for example, we have a reaction. For example, we have a reaction between zinc and sulfuric acid to form zinc sulfate and hydrogen gas. Now we will represent this. This is the reaction between zinc and sulfuric acid to form zinc sulfate and hydrogen gas. Now, my dear students, we have to represent this reaction in terms of equation, chemical equation. So how we can write that? So that is zinc plus sulfuric acid, dilute sulfuric acid, is equal to zinc sulfate plus hydrogen gas. So my dear students, this is actually chemical equation and this is chemical reaction. We are representing this chemical reaction in terms of this chemical equation. So this is chemical equation. So we have represented this reaction in terms of formulas and symbols of the chemicals involved in it. So this is a short form of, actually shorthand of, we can say, of a chemical reaction. So you got this? Okay. Now, my dear students, we can make a chemical reaction more informative. For example, I can write here solid S and here aqueous and gas. So this can be made more informative writing all these things. So I hope that you understood what is a chemical equation. So let me again repeat this. Chemical equation is a short form of representing representing a chemical reaction in terms of symbols and formulas involved in it. So this is what chemical equation is. Now next topic is balanced chemical equation. Balanced chemical equation. Now what is a balanced chemical equation? So balanced chemical equation, my dear students, is that in which number of atoms of various elements of reactants and products are same. So that is a balanced chemical equation. So once again, balanced chemical equation is that in which number of atoms of various elements of reactants and products are same. So that equation is a balanced chemical equation. So let me write this. Balanced chemical equation is that balanced chemical equation is that in which number of atoms of various elements of reactants and products are same. For example, I have a chemical equation: magnesium plus oxygen. If you remember this is actually burning of oxygen or oxidation. So I am getting magnesium oxide. So this is solid. So my dear students, now you can see in this can be combination reaction, and also burning of magnesium ribbon can be represented by this reaction, or simply oxidation can also be represented. Now my dear students, if you see here in this equation, then there is one atom of magnesium in reactants and one atom of magnesium in products also. But here we have two atoms of oxygen in reactants and one atom of oxygen in products. So oxygen is not actually balanced. So this is not a balanced chemical equation. Now we will balance this, we will learn this technique. So let me balance this. Here we have two oxygen atom. So we will multiply this by 2. So now we have oxygen atom. How many? 2. So oxygen is balanced. Now here magnesium also actually got 2. But here we have one magnesium atom. So multiply this also by 2. So now magnesium is also balanced and oxygen is also balanced. So this is balanced chemical equation. Now next is, so I hope that you understood this. Actually my dear students, we will learn this topic. This is our main topic, how to balance a chemical equation. Now next is why we balance a chemical equation. So this is our next topic. Why we balance a chemical equation. So my dear students, let me tell you, we balance a chemical equation to satisfy law of conservation of mass. And what is law of conservation of mass? That the total mass of reactants and the total mass of products is same. Mass of reactants is equal to mass of products. So this is what law of mass, conservation of mass is. So question is, why do we balance a chemical equation? Why we balance a chemical equation? This is question type. Answer is, we balance a chemical equation to satisfy law of conservation of mass. So we balance a chemical equation to satisfy law of conservation of mass. Law of conservation of mass. Let me write this also. What is law of conservation of mass? Law of conservation of mass. What is this law of conservation of mass? The total mass of reactants is equal to the total mass of products. So this is, my dear students, the statement of law of conservation of mass. So please learn this. Sometimes in exams these definitions may be asked. So my dear students, today we have studied actually what is a chemical equation, and then we have why we balance a chemical equation. We have also done actually balanced chemical equation definition of this. Now let me give you a question from this topic which we have today discussed. Question is, what is a balanced chemical equation? What is a balanced chemical equation? Why should a chemical equation be balanced? Why a chemical equation is balanced? There is one more question. This is, my dear students, I have told you answer of this question. Chemical equations are balanced to satisfy the law of chemical equations are balanced to satisfy the law of number 1, conservation of momentum. Number 2, conservation of mass. Number 3, conservation of motion. And fourth option is conservation of energy. So my dear students, I am giving you these two questions. These are very simple questions. If you actually understood the topic, then there will be no difficulty in answering these questions. So my dear students, this was actually our today's topic to do. And let me tell you that the next topic we will actually, what we will take next is that my dear students, sometimes the topic which we are actually going to do is that is balancing of chemical equations. But sometimes what happens that chemical reaction is not chemical equation is not given in terms of chemical formulas. Sometimes chemical equations are not given in terms of chemical formulas. So we have to actually write chemical formulas ourselves. And actually to write chemical formula is actually not easy. So there is technique, there is method, there is lot of chemistry behind writing chemical formulas. So in next class I will tell you how to write chemical formulas of various compounds. We will take some examples and I will tell you the technique also to write chemical formulas of chemical compounds. Because actually before we actually balance a chemical equation, so it is very important for us to write chemical formulas of compounds involved in a chemical reaction, because sometimes chemical formulas are not given in a chemical equation. So we will learn how to write chemical formulas of various compounds in our next class. So my dear students, this is all for today, and I hope that you understood what I taught you today. So if you have any doubt, then please write in comment box. And thank you very much for watching our video. And actually keep learning, keep growing, and keep shining. Good luck.